only joking, wasn't really hunting there. I was just practicing some shots. So, it's good to see you. It's also good to be seen, and welcome back. Obviously I haven't been around for a while. Been busy doing other things, and what with this pandemic going about, I've decided to stay safe and stay at home, which has been the good thing. And obviously now there's been they've lifted the ban or the restrictions and whatever you want to call it, so I'm out and about again. So this is my first video for a while. So obviously it's based around archery. So what I've got is a really good idea for a recycled archery butt, because I don't know if anybody of you have ever done it. Like, take this tree for example here. If I put an arrow in this tree, even though it's rotten, sometimes in the centre there it's still quite tough. And you put an arrow in there, you can't get the thing out, you've got to dig it out. And that's exactly what happened here, probably about 6 months ago. I was shooting at this because it was soft. I got a couple of arrows stuck in there, I had to dig them out, I broke one, not very happy. And consequently I had to cut the top off to get an arrow that had gone in the top. So this is going to be a better idea. So let's go and have a look at my idea. So okay, so what we're going to do then is we're going to take, you might already know this because it's not really my idea, even though I said it was an idea. What we're going to do then is we're going to take some of these Hessian sacks here, which are full of holes. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to put, as you look down there, I've been recycling all my rubbish. So this has taken me quite a while to collect this stuff. We've got an old rice packet there, got an old pea packet there, some old bags, and they're literally just all plastic. It's all you want is plastic bags, you don't want anything else. Got one there, we've got bags here. And what I'm going to do, I've got old carrier bags in there. Carrier bags are the ideal thing that you want. But what I've done is I've just collected any old plastic bag. It's clean obviously, and I'm just going to put it in this Hessian sack here, and we're going to fill it up, and that's going to make our archery butt, which is cheap. I mean, these bags off eBay, I don't know, a £5 for about 3 I think there was. So I've got 2 here today, and as you can see I put that on there, hooked it up in the kitchen and just filled it up, and then we're out here. But I want to fill it up properly because it was just a bit of a mess. So what we're going to do then is we're going to start recycling this into here. So that is another one. And just stick it in there, stick it down the bottom. This wants to be packed quite tightly, as tight as you can get it. Make sure we pick up obviously all this rubbish that I've accumulated. We don't want it flying around the woods. That's a bit of the bag. You want to get it in there so it's really thick, really tight. Go down the edges, fill it out. What's a good idea about this stuff is that because it's plastic, it makes it very waterproof. And if anybody knows, if they've used the straw butts before, when they get wet, they get very heavy and then they start to deteriorate and rot away. So this, in effect, shouldn't, unless it's recyclable plastic, shouldn't rot away too quickly. And let's face it, a lot of stuff is recyclable plastic now, and it will break down. But this, you can just keep collecting your plastic and you just keep recycling it. So you can change it out or do whatever. Making sure I pick up all my rubbish. Okay, so what I want to do now is make sure, like there, look, I don't want that bit there, I want it further down, so I'm going to push that right in there, fill all the gaps up, push it all around. Oh, it's pretty good. See, because it's stretched there, you can see the holes in it, and the arrow in theory will just go into the holes and into the plastic, and it shouldn't go all the way through. So what you could do to finish off this, if you've got an industrial staple gun, you could staple that together, and if you wanted to, you could sew it together with string or anything that would hold it together. I don't prefer to do that. I prefer to take another stack and just literally try and put it over the top, like so, which is probably easier said than done, because the other one's swollen out. Big sausage. And if you wanted to, again, you could sew that up, clip it together, but because that's upside down, and as you can see, none of the plastic's going to escape out of there. It's pretty much sealed in, and I think this is a better way, because if they rip, rots out, which it inevitably probably will at one time, it contains it, so it's pretty good, and you can carry it. And the good thing about these are light as a feather. So that's all you need to do, is to make a really cheap arrow butt. So there's only one thing missing, which every target should have, is a circle, a bullseye, anything to aim at, because let's face it, that's quite a big area, right? You could draw it into an animal. On me, I'm just going to put a red mark in there and a black one maybe, and that will be something I can aim for, so I can zero in, especially with the bow when you're practicing. So I've got some Sharpies, and all I'm going to literally do is just colour it in. Okay, I'm no artist, so I'm just you could use paint if you wanted to. You could do this before you put your plastic in. You don't have to do it like when I'm doing it with a Sharpie. You could do it anyway. You could spend some time and draw something on there, you know, if you wanted to. You could be really artsy fartsy. So at the end of the day, we're only going to fire arrows into it. Okay, that should probably be, I should be able to see that. And just because I got it, I'm just going to put a bit of black on the outside there. Whether I see it from a distance or not, it doesn't matter. Okay, it's just rough and ready. Quick just to get the job done. If I wanted to, I could do a better job on the other side. And another good thing is when the bag, like I say, the bags wear out because they're cheap as chips, you can just go on eBay and get some more and redo it again. I mean, you could even leave it outside, it'll get wet, it won't matter. So that is it. All that need to do now, what was left to do, is give it a try. Archery, obviously safety first. I've got some guards on, I've got something on my hands to stop the string digging in. The bow's not set up properly, but you know, I'm not too worried about it. It's just a bit of a practice run. This is about a £40 bow, Point Satori, Point X-Tor or X-Carbon limbs, if anybody's interested. Normally, I normally make my own bows, and I was going to bring the wooden bow, but today I thought we'd try out this new one because this is quite powerful, so if it goes through, it's going to go through with this, and I'm hoping it isn't. So let's give it a try. Yeah, I got a bullseye. Well, look at that. So they pull out really easy. There's nothing to it, look. They're just easy, and they're not going through. That's probably, let's have a look, that far in, which is, yeah, maybe just short of halfway through the bag. So that works pretty well. And again, you know, you can just stuff it down if it starts to loosen up and go through. But that certainly does the job. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm well happy with that. So I'm going to crack on, fire some more arrows. And obviously the more I practice, obviously the more I'm going to hopefully centre up to the bullseye. Okay, so that's it. That's all you need to do if you want to make a cheap, recyclable butt for your archery. But I will say, it probably won't last forever if it's continually used. But because it was free, it doesn't really matter. It makes a really good alternative to losing your arrows in the leaf mould, or getting it stuck in a rotten tree like I used to do. I used to practice my archery and I find the biggest rottenest tree in the woods and fire my arrows at that. It works, but as you get more powerful bows, they do get stuck and you do break arrows trying to get them out, especially these fancy dancy ones. The wooden ones aren't so bad. But that's it really. So if you like the video, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all the same old malarkey stuff. So get out there, do some bushcraft, and I will definitely see you in the next one, which will not be that far away. So have fun, catch you later.